What is up? Second YouTube video, let's go. Oodalooper here, doing a glove review on the Outdoor Research Piledriver gloves. I've had these gloves for about a year. Started looking at different gloves, different glove manufacturers. Last October, sent out emails seeing what products were out there, and I did not know that Outdoor Research had a military or law enforcement line of clothing. I know Outdoor Research for what it is, technical apparel, synonymous with other great manufacturers, North Face, Mountain Hardwear, Merrell. No idea that they had a line specifically for, they refer to as their tactical line, that's designed and built for law enforcement, military. A lot of thought-based things went into these. They saw other gloves on the market and thought, what can we do better? I've had a fair amount of gloves throughout the years. I've had Blackhawk, Oakley, Camelback, Hatch, Damascus, Mechanics. These gloves are by far my favorite gloves that I've ever worn. I wear these at work probably until it gets the winter months, like it is. It's not even winter here in Michigan. It's like, it's still supposed to be 40s, maybe 50s on some days. It's like 0 and 3 feet of snow out there, and more snow coming tonight, but that's another topic for another day. So when it gets cold like that, these gloves don't excel. I'll tell you why. The front of the gloves are made with 100% goat skin. There's some padding in here. There's padding here in the palm and right here in like where your hand creases. How cool is that? The reason that they put this padding here is to seat magazines. If you're shooting an AR or M4 variant, the whole reason that this is here, I'll show you with my support hand here, is so when you go to seat your magazine and slap it from the bottom, that there's some padding there. Is it necessary? No, I've shot plenty of gloves that don't have that, but it's just something that they thought of, and it functions. It's a functional glove. Same thing like with this area right here. This area here on both thumbs are designed, it's real soft. It's like terry cloth material, maybe. I don't know. It's very soft, and it's designed to wipe sweat away. Like I said, these are the Piledriver gloves. They're designed with a lot of thought. The back of the glove is 100% polyester, and I don't know if the camera is seeing what I'm seeing, but it's mesh lined, so I don't know if you can see my pasty white hand behind the material, but it's almost transparent, or I can see through it with my eye. I don't know if the camera's seeing that or not. The other thing that you notice about this glove that really makes it stand out is the carbon fiber. Well, a lot of carbon fiber gloves you see have the entire knuckle carbon fibered, which is cool, high CDI factor, but if you're going to wear these gloves for an extended period of time, those edges, when your hand is anything other than out of natural curved, if you go to straighten your hand out, those edges of the carbon fiber all around your knuckle start to wear and gets uncomfortable. The other drawback to them is if you spend any amount of time with those gloves in your back pocket. For instance, I carry my gloves in my back pocket. I know a lot of other people do. You can't sit on them. It's like getting jabbed in the ass by, this carbon fiber shit that doesn't give at all. So you can't sit on the full knuckle. These, whenever they're not on my hands, which is not very often, but when they're not, they're in my back pocket. I sit on them. I've sat on them for an extended period of time. Does not bother me in the least. It's very low profile, so it's not that tall carbon fiber, and there's not a ton of it there. But what it's there for is for these two knuckles, and it does a good job at that. There's also for your your third and fourth digit. There's some protection up here as well. Another thing I really like about these gloves is like this big loading bay to shove your dick beaters in. A lot of other gloves I'm going to pick on Oakley. These are my second favorite warm weather shooting gloves or work gloves. Is you got to like really work your hand into them, because of this tight knit cuff, which is cool. I mean, they're fine. But having the option, I like these. I like this like big loading bay. I like these pull straps, fantastic. You pull them on and off easily. So price point, the price point will turn some people off. It's $70. However, you know how the MSRP works with the internet. You can find them cheaper. You find them, you know, site-wide sales. Get them for less than that. However, even if you pay full retail price of $70, even if you pay every bit of money that they ask for these gloves, they're worth it. And here's why. Outdoor Research is the only glove manufacturer that I know of that warranties their products forever. It's called their Infinite Guarantee, and they will warranty this forever. So here's my experience with that. I've worn these for about the past year. The only downfall to these gloves, as I see, is I wish the fingers, or at least your index finger and maybe your thumb, were touch enabled, so when you're touching an electronic device or whatever, it allows you to interact with that device. These are not. So for me at work, you know, if I need to use my phone, if I need to use my computer in the car, I have to shed these at least one glove. Usually I just pull my primary glove off and use it. So I pull my glove on and off a lot. Well, when this elastic cuff material meets up with the leather, I have a fray point right here. Doesn't affect the glove usability at all, but eventually it's going to wear through. It's getting close in some spots. I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting fairly close in some spots. So I'm going to need to replace that. I reached out to Outdoor Research. Hey, explain the issue. Gave them some T&E feedback that at least your index finger on both gloves should be touch enabled, and that would reduce the amount of repetitions taking this on and off. You know, I'm taking it on and off 30 times a day times, you know, 4 days a week. That's a significant amount of taking them on and off. I think the majority of users won't find that to be an issue because they're not taking them on and off as much as I do. And for example, over on the left glove, where I take my left glove off markedly less, it's not nearly as noticeable. You can start to see it right here on the edge, but so anyway, I talked to Outdoor Research. They said they would take that under advisement, which was like, hey, thanks for the feedback, but I don't think we're going to do that right now. They do make a lot of other touch gloves in their tactical line, which is cool, but I want these in touch because these are the best gloves I've ever had. They talked about adding more ventilation to the gloves. I don't know. I've worn these, not that it gets super hot in Michigan, but you know, we get 90-degree days, fairly high humidity, so you know, it's hot to me, especially when, you know, I'm more comfortable with days like today where it's, you know, cold, very cold. But they're going to add more ventilation. They didn't say anything about making it touch enabled. I don't think that they're going that way. Oh well. I mean, I still wear the gloves. It's not an issue. I normally leave this Velcro flap undone. So, you know, take them on and off. Easy. Not an issue. Really like them. Highly recommend them. Like I said, the only thing I think they could do better, touch enabled. Other than that, fantastic gloves. Best gloves I've ever worn. Lastly, you know, your natural position of your hand has some curve to it. Your hand doesn't naturally lay flat. These gloves don't naturally lay flat either. When they design them for a curved hand. So the ergonomics work with your hand, what your hand does naturally. Just highly recommend anything made by Outdoor Research, especially these gloves. And I just ordered 2 more pair of cold weather gloves that'll be here hopefully this week. Getting very impatient. Like, I want that instant gratification. I ordered it last night and I wanted it here today, but I'm too cheap to pay for overnight shipping. So as soon as those gloves come in, I'll show you to them. Got some other stuff on the way. Working on some range bags from different manufacturers so I can do a side-by-side comparison. Flashlight on the way. Some Solomon boots. that will be here tomorrow. Hopefully do a first look at those, show you those. And yeah, go ahead, like my video, subscribe to the channel if this stuff interests you. I'm just trying to get some product videos out. I've spent a lot of money wasting it on garbage products. If I can save people from making the same mistakes of buying, some garbage and trying some different things out, showing what works, what doesn't work for me, what I like, what I don't like about a product. We're all in this together. So yeah, thanks for watching.